Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip-hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey.
What's up? All your favorite artists.
Check it out. Say my name. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars. On hot7025fm.com.
Yo, it's Tavon Greatness Patterson. Want to listen to Hot 7025 on the go? Download the Hot 702.5 app on the Apple Store or Google Play Store if you got an Android like me.
Let's get it.
What's going on, everybody? It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood, and I'm here to talk to you about the Sci-Fi Center. It's your Vegas home for science fiction, horror, and fantasy. From comic books, toys, and posters to movie screenings and live events, they've got you covered. Located at 900 Cameron Avenue, Suite B209, give them a call, 702-900-4335, or reach them at thescificenter.com.
E-Class Consulting. It's owned and operated by E. Carice, providing tools, training, and resources that are sure to make you and your business even more successful. We are staffed with a marketing, credit, tax, and a real estate consultant. E-Class Consulting also provides a temporary admin service called E-Class Admins. Want to book an appointment with E-Class Consulting? Call 702-518-3002 or email book@eclassconsulting.com. E-Class Consulting, navigating you to greatness.
It's your girl, Miss Connie, coming to you every Wednesday at 5 p.m., discussing the levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Cheryl Underwood, and you're tuned into the hottest news station on the planet, Hot 702.5.
You're listening to Miss Connie from Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth at Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Live? Are we live? Are we live? Yes! What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss Connie LV, and we are here for another week of Levels of Intimacy, The Naked Truth. Yes, and this week, we are going to be discussing faith, fame, and the gift of entertaining and entertainment, and just how artists are able to balance their purpose, their talent, their boundaries, and their beliefs. You know, I'm not going to spend the whole hour talking about myself, but before I get into it with my guests, I want to encourage you all to copy, paste, share, like, and subscribe, okay? Because it's levels to this game. It's levels to media, and I need you to be just as intentional as I am showing up here every week to give you pertinent information and to introduce you to things and situations and people that you are not privy of. So let's get on right on in here. Go get you something to drink. Beverage of choice, I would say this time of year, is water. Okay, we're going to start the show off with a good crisp H2O because, listen, we got talent in the house. And when you have talent in the house, what we do know is you must stay hydrated, okay? And when you singing in Vegas, you cannot take advantage of all the free liquor, okay? Right. So tonight on The Naked Truth, I'm honored to sit with two incredible artists. I have Grady Harrell and Pat Braxton, who have blessed stages around the world while standing firm in their beliefs. Yes, audience, you never know with this show. I was just informed that we have two of one of Jehovah's Witnesses in the house. So this is a total theocratic ministry concert that we have going in effect here. I love that because I've encouraged everyone to it's time to gift to our patriarchs and our matriarchs in the family. It's time to get them out. Don't just sit them on the couch babysitting them funny looking kids that look like generations of the people that share your blood. Take your grandparents out. Take your parents out. Let's go to a safe environment. I thought the music was safe, but the fact that the concert is being led by the Holy... I don't want to say Holy Spirit. Should I say Holy Spirit? I don't know, because my mother's going to be like, girl, listen, get it right. Listen, I'm going to let them tell. So let me introduce Grady Harrell and Pat Braxton to the floor. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How are you this evening?
Hi.
Hey.
How are you? How's everybody?
Yes. I'm so excited. So we only have an hour here, technically 55 minutes. So we want to have ladies first. So Pat, would you please introduce yourself to the audience and let them know a little bit of information about you and just about your path and your journey real quick in the entertainment industry?
My name is Pat Braxton, and I was born in New Jersey.
Okay.
But I was raised in Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And in my household, growing up, we always had fun.
Okay.
My mother would always have friends over. We would be singing and dancing. And I used to learn all the songs, back in the day, in the 60s. And then I would formulate my little groups. Okay. I was always the lead singer.
Okay, Beyonce.
I was always the lead. And I would have my little backup people.
Okay.
But then later on, I broke off.
Okay.
And I went solo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Unlike our next guest, let's introduce Grady Harrell because although he's solo, there is an ensemble attached. So give us a little bit of information about you as well, Grady.
Mine is kind of like Pat's. I grew up singing with my sister, and we had a group called the Papa's Results, and we were managed by Aretha Franklin, among other things. And we sang at her and Glenn Turman's their wedding reception at the Beverly Hills Hotel. It was beautiful. So my sister, she got a call after we were together about 7 years. She got a call to sing background with Diana Ross. Okay. And so she went on the road with Diana for like 12, 14 years, something like that. So it just left me to do a solo performance. But now, I moved to Vegas 20 years ago from LA.
Okay.
And so it's just so much to do musically. So I do a lot of things. Four Tops, Jackie Wilson, Sam Cooke. But this Friday I'll be doing the Temptations. And
Okay.
Pat will be opening up the show, doing her jazz and doing her thing, So it's going to be a family-friendly show, and it's going to be beautiful.
Yes, I love that. So just a quick question. When did you both realize that it wasn't just a fun, like you really may have a level of talent? You said, I know you just gave that experience of being included in the Diana Ross, but what age? Like, what age were you like, listen, it's like talent that I can make a little bit of, fame and fortune from this skill set? How old were you, Pat?
Well, I was actually grown. Wasn't in my younger years.
Okay.
I actually took some vocal coaching from one of my friends. She was an opera singer. And they said, if you like to sing, why don't you go with her? She has little recitals every year. So I did that. and she discovered the jazz sound in my voice.
Okay.
So I want to hear you sing more of that.
Okay.
You know, we had to sing everything, arias, show tunes, and she liked the jazz in my voice, and that's how it got started.
Okay. So Grady, your music carries soul, history, and heart. You know, when you think about the Temptations, we always go to the movie. I don't even think people even really know the real Temptations. They just so caught up in the movies, especially the younger generations.
Yeah.
And Pat, your voice carries emotion. You know, that's soulful. When we think about Billie Holiday, you know, we have these movies to go back on, and it's so crazy because Strange Fruit. Where was that girl that did that?
Billie
She
Holiday.
did.
Not
Oh,
Billie Holiday.
the new
newer
movie.
one.
Was that? Oh yeah.
What is the name? Yeah,
Audrey Day.
Man.
Right.
So just like that era, because without saying your age, I know that there has been a point in history, which seems very close, where we weren't allowed to perform in certain places. And if we did, there was an order of operation, you know, that had to be had. And it was crazy because I was discussing with a friend last night, Brian Lamont, shout out to him, about the Harris home with Sammy Davis Jr. and just that whole story behind how, although everybody wanted him to perform, he wasn't able to be amongst, you know, everybody. So coming up singing, was that a part of your era, or were you far past that when you started performing?
I didn't experience that coming up in LA at all.
That's so good.
And that's fortunately I never did. I don't know if Pat did.
No, I didn't. I didn't experience that. I was doing the time of James Brown and Smokey Robinson and Aretha Franklin, all those. So from there.
So what was your first live performances?
Mine is in junior high, elementary school at the 6th grade talent show.
Okay.
And I just fell in love with Smokey Robinson when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
So I started learning his whole library of songs, and by the time I was 12, I knew all of his stuff.
Okay.
But in the talent show,
Just my man.
yeah, that's the Temps.
That's the right.
Yeah.
Wrong song.
But that's okay. Eddie and Smokey's voice is kind of similar.
Right.
But in that talent show, ironically, I got 4 kids and we did the Temptations in my 6th grade talent show.
Okay.
I never thought I would be doing the tribute to the Temptations ever.
Okay.
But it's funny how time just goes around like that.
Hey, listen, press the reset. But, you know, authentically, we always have been ready for our moments. So now my question is, were you both a part of the organization starting out as entertainers, or the organization came a little bit later in life? Or were your parents Jehovah's Witnesses?
My parents were not Jehovah's Witnesses. But like I mentioned before, my mother, she always had people over to her house and we danced and sang. And so, and tell me what the question was again.
When you started to perform, were you a part of the organization? Were you a Jehovah's Witness when you?
Because I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses from the age of 12.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's funny
then I
because-
went into school. When I was in middle school, like Grady, I was in talent shows. I sang for the first time with a live band at my middle school.
Okay.
Then I went to college. I went to the Northeastern University, and I formed another group there while I was in college. And then I was in their talent show.
Okay.
And so I went from one thing to the other.
Right. Well, pretty much you've been and that's the next question. It's like, what is the difference between a performer and an entertainer?
An entertainer, he does it all. Some people can, and I don't put too much stock on what either one. It's just like what you like. But me, I like dancing, and because I came up in the era of the Temps and Motown and the Jackson 5. And to answer that question about the Witnesses, I didn't grow up in it. A lady came to our door when I was 12 years old.
Oh,
I started singing at 7. So I was already a seasoned singer.
Okay.
And I was 12. That's funny. You were 12 too.
Right.
But that's when my mother let the lady in California. But I like to dance and move around. I just got all this energy. So especially when I do like people like Jackie Wilson, or my sons and I do a tribute to the Jacksons or the Temptations or the Four Tops, I can't just stand there and sing. I got to move around and
You
express.
look like you could dance, Grady.
Yeah, I try. I've been dancing all my life, so
Like you can
yeah,
dance.
I can cut a rug.
You can cut a rug.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we can cut a rug together.
Yeah.
You spinning and doing splits. Right. So a question I wanted to know, what was leading off into the age, is, were there ever a point where you felt like you had to choose your faith over your success? You know, there's a lot that goes along with being an entertainer, being a part of the entertainment industry, and just the lifestyle itself. So do you ever feel like, you know, now or even in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning, I had to balance everything. So at one point in my life, I just gave everything up because I wasn't able to balance it. But in my later years, I put spiritual things first, and then the other things came around that.
So when you say you gave everything up, can you
Everything,
elaborate?
that means that I didn't sing.
Oh.
I didn't do anything.
Okay. Because you were on a part of the organization. So
Yes.
that's what I was trying to understand.
Because I wasn't balanced in putting
Jehovah
my spiritual things first at the time.
Right. And I didn't even mention that you were a regular pioneer.
Yeah.
So although I'm not a part of the organization, I am privy to information because my mother is a Jehovah Witness. So I heard you. I know that it has changed with the hours, you know, where you had to have these allotted hours when you held these certain positions. So thinking about what you said, like, hey, I wasn't, you know, I had to let it go because, listen, I don't have my hours for the month. You know what I'm saying? So was that it? It was like, hey, I'm out here singing, or did you ever pass out tracks? Like, listen, let me get a little bit of time here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, do you mix the two?
Always.
You know, because sometimes they say it's unethical to bring religion in certain settings.
It depends on, you know, you have to have common sense, Connie. So, you know, you could be sitting in the airport and you're not just going to start talking to people about the Bible. It doesn't happen like that. It's called incidental witnessing. And what you do, you find a common ground. Most people complain about something in their life, but what they don't know is the Bible has all the answers. And so what we do is we and that's what we are taught at our meetings, our midweek meetings. We're taught how to talk to people and how not to be overbearing, but to be calm and to make disciples like Jesus Christ did. So you could be talking about anything in life, having a baby or anything. And what we do, we try to find a way to get in and bring the Bible in. You know, I got a scripture to show you that hits on that subject. So you have been talking to the person maybe 10 minutes before you even say that. That's how you get that in. But you don't just, because people's time is limited. We know that. Even when we go from door to door, like Jesus did and the apostles, we know the main thing is that people don't have a lot of time. So we present a presentation to them about world events that's happening now and how Jesus Christ, as our King in the heavens, is going to solve all those problems, every problem. And we know we don't get caught up in the world's politics or nothing like that, because Jesus didn't. When the Roman government was ruling, he had nothing to do with the Roman politics. And if you know anything about back then, the Jewish people hated the Romans. So they wanted to basically usurp and go, like people be out with their banners and stuff protesting. The Jews wanted to do that because basically the Roman government had their feet on the necks of the Jewish people. So, but we don't get involved. We just wait on Jesus Christ and his Father Jehovah to say, okay, it's time. And so now we have to up our time up, like Pat's been pioneering. And for a lot of people don't know what that means. It's a certain, she does 50 hours a month preaching the good news. And auxiliary pioneers, they do 15 hours a month now. 15 hours, 30 to 15. But it used to be 70, 90. It used to be 90 hours.
Yeah, well, when I started, it was 90.
Yeah, it's like
then it went down to 70.
Yeah.
Now it's 50.
But you know, you have to know how to balance it out. Like me, I didn't. remember I was 12. So when the lady came to our door, my mother's like, you got to go. We're going to the Kingdom Hall. Like, what's that? But as you start learning Bible knowledge, then you start, but my sister and I, we were still chasing that hit record and this and that until we grew up and we knew what this business is all about. So now I love doing live shows as well. I'm sure Pat does. But I don't like staying out on the road no more than 2 weeks at a time.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's good information. Listen, I felt like you may have got some time right there, Grady.
So what I was going to say, I was raised, I wasn't raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay.
Because my parents were not.
Okay.
Right? So I kind of got caught up into the world, and I had to,
Me too.
like I said, balance everything. So I wasn't doing anything at all for a time until someone heard me singing, and they invited me to sing at their wedding. Then it just started from there.
It was a Jehovah's Witness wedding, or
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of them never heard me sing because I had stopped singing. I said, how did you know that I sing? She said, I hear you singing in the Kingdom Hall. That's what we call.
Lord, yes.
She said, I hear you singing in there. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Because unlike some other religions, we don't have, Jehovah's Witnesses don't have a choir,
Right.
So the whole congregation sings, and it's so funny. Because my mother is always like, you singing the songs like I'm in there. Because although I am not a baptized Jehovah's Witness, I was raised in the Kingdom Hall. Right. So, I do know a lot about the Bible. I do know good and bad. And I think that, like you said, growing up, being a part of the organization, it allows us to be entertainers because we taught from a very early age how to speak, how to engage, you know what I'm saying, how to carry on a conversation by just even having the talks, where you would be they kill stage fright the moment you become a publisher, because you got to go on that stage, you have to give a talk, and you got to get through it, and then you got to go door to door and knock on, you got to engage with folks like, hey.
It's not, it's I wouldn't say scary, but it is kind of scary because you never know what you're going to find behind the doors. I mean, most of us are shy and timid, by nature. So a lot of people, they hold off getting baptized because they say, I could never go from door to door. I'm too scared to do that. But then when they see that Jesus commanded us to do that, that's what he did.
Disciples.
Yes, 3.5 year ministry. That's what he did.
Yes.
So even though we're not perfect like him, but we have to tell people what's going to happen before it happens, or else their blood will be on our hands.
Period.
So, yep. But we never know what we're going to get when they open the door. I've gotten cussed out before, but we just keep moving. Okay,
right.
Thank you. Bye.
And so you live here, correct, Grady?
Yes, for 20 years.
What Kingdom Hall do you attend?
Cheyenne congregation.
And where is that located?
It's over North Las Vegas, right off of
Lone Mountain.
Right off of Donnie. It's funny. I got a brother named Donnie and a son named Cheyenne, so it's right off of Donnie. It's the Cheyenne congregation.
Donnie and what?
Donnie and.
Well, you said Cheyenne, though, huh?
I've been living here 20 years and I still don't know to go up there. It's like that's crazy. It's like Donnie and. I forgot, Connie.
Right.
I just know how to get
Cheyenne
there.
Congregation, so I got to come over there and pay you guys. What are your meetings, Saturdays or Sundays?
Sundays at 10 o'clock in the morning and Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. I was at the meeting last night working the sound.
Okay, yes. Listen, you will learn everything in the Kingdom Hall. And so, Pat, you are in Boston.
Yes.
And so what congregation do you attend in Boston?
I'm in South End.
Okay. So listen, guys, if you are watching, because we have listeners all over the world. Okay. Hot 702.5 FM. We have 2.5 million listeners.
Wow.
Okay. I have 2 million on my page alone. So have you heard about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?
That's funny. We never start our presentation off because you know what? A lot of people believe that Jehovah's Witnesses do not believe in Jesus Christ. And that is so absurd. It used to, it's like I go to doors like, you guys don't believe in Christ. I'm like, what?
Right.
He died for us. but they forget about his father, the one who sent him, Jehovah, and they get it mixed up a lot. And I get it because growing up as they do in their churches, I get it. They put the emphasis on Jesus, but Jesus, when he was here, he put the emphasis on who? His father. My father sent me to do this. I do everything that he taught me to do. And so Jehovah is our sovereign ruler who's had no beginning, will never have an end, but he created Jesus with his own hands. So Jesus was the firstborn of all creation. And a lot of people, they don't get that, but we love him. We're followers of Jesus Christ. We're Christians, and we try to live our life, even though we're imperfect. Ain't no perfect Jehovah's Witness on the face of the earth. So we just
they don't profess it. You know, people have their own preconceived notions, you know, about how all religions, you know, we all have something to say about what we don't normally know. You know, so how old were you two when you were baptized? So I know you were
17.
Wow. So you were still a teenager. How about you?
I was 12.
You got baptized at 12?
Oh, really? This?
So wait, you found out about the organization at 12, but your parents weren't witnesses.
True.
How did you? Okay.
Yeah, I want to hear that story.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a little bit of story attached to that.
Wow.
I'm
it was. We used to live Baltimore, Maryland, down that area, but my father was abusive, and so my mother had to leave him. And that's how we ended up in Boston, Massachusetts. So, but I have relatives down south, Virginia. That's where my mother was born, that are witnesses. So they would always keep in touch with me. My mother's mother passed away when my mother was 12, so I never seen my grandmother. So she was very close to her great aunts, her aunts and uncles.
Okay.
So she would send me to visit, stay for the whole summer, every summer vacation from school. She would send me down to her uncle's family who were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right.
And at the time they were attending the convention. They lived in New Jersey at the time, and they would attend the convention in Yankee Stadium.
Right.
And I would go with them. So I told the congregation when I was in Boston, they would come around knocking on the door, and I say, I want to go to Kingdom Hall, because they would keep telling me when I went down. And so my mother allowed me to go.
Wow.
Because she felt it was good for me. And so even though she wasn't doing it, she allowed me to do it.
Okay.
And so I told the congregation that I attended in Boston, I told them I wanted to get baptized. Well, there's a process first, right?
Right.
Right. You have to study and take in knowledge and everything. So they gave me the okay to get baptized. And so when I went to visit my aunt and uncle again in New Jersey and went to the convention, I got on the school bus. They had to take it. That's how because they didn't have the baptismal pools in the stadium at the time. So they would take you out to Orchard Beach.
Wow.
So I got baptized at the beach. I say I got baptized like Jesus.
That's what I like to say. You got baptized. Right. Wow. That's a story.
Yeah.
So being baptized at such a young age, did that lead anybody else in your family to follow in your direction, or were you and are you still the only Jehovah's Witness in your family?
I'm the only one other than my immediate family in Boston, but I have a lot of cousins, distant cousins down in Virginia, in that area, D.C. area.
My mom, when she was adamant, you know, shout out to Evelyn Rowena Harrell. She's laid up, and she's a beautiful woman. She's 85 now. When she first let the lady in and that lady came and started studying with all 5 of my mother's kids, and the lady told us to learn all the Bible books, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. I mean, we knew all those things.
It was like a game.
Yes. Well, her family, when she stopped, you know, celebrating pagan holidays and stuff, and we were mad. I can't believe it. I thank her now. But her mother, my grandmother, and my uncles, let them kids celebrate, yada. And my mother was adamantly no. And eventually all my uncles and my grandmother came into the truth and started serving Jehovah. So my mother stood her ground. And it's just incredible how it happened. You know, my uncle was a crack addict, and he got off of that crack. And before he died, he dedicated his life to Jehovah and got baptized and was out in service. And I just can't wait to see him in the resurrection, you know?
Wow, beautiful story. So now my question is, how do you all navigate the environments? You know, when you're performing in different clubs for concerts, and I know you've been on tour, while staying grounded in your beliefs, you know, and still being in these environments.
Oh, one thing about the music, sometimes I have to change the lyrics. If I don't want a certain word, or I'll say, what word can I put in there besides that one?
Yep.
So it's a lot of critiquing. And when I go to different places, it's not all the time because I'm working too. I'm working, and I'm also regular pioneer, and I also have to balance it with the music. So I'm not doing it all the time.
And you got to be black, all in the same time. It's a lot, boy. It's a lot that go along with these positions in life.
Yeah.
So, okay, now let's get down into, since we're in the middle of our show. So if you guys have any questions, you want to introduce yourself to Pat or to Grady, please feel free to call in 702-551-5261. I can't even believe that I just found out that you guys were Jehovah's Witnesses. So, you know, all this conversation back and forth, you know, and actually the way that we all became acquainted was through Richard. So I had Richard on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I still didn't, you know, that never came up but the way he found me, you know, it's I don't want to say energy because I know, you know, sometimes, but you know, divine intervention, the whole way that we are even going about in business, Richard and I, and then to have you here is actually, you know, exciting. Like, I love that. And it's crazy because my mom, let me see, I'm 50. Actually, I'll be 53 next week. So my mom has literally been a Jehovah's Witness probably about 45 years of my life. So, and I'm not a witness. Yeah. So when I go back home, I'm at the hall, I'm commenting. They're like, what is the problem? And I'm just like, I have commitment issues, you know. And it's funny because one of the elders, I was just home, and he said, well, you look good, you know, you in Vegas. And I think I come from that era in the organization where it was like, if you're not doing this, God only knows what you just, but the organization has changed a lot. Because when I was I actually got disassociated because I have a 37-year-old son, and I was a young mother. And so I was a publisher, and I got disassociated and did everything to, you know, repent and come back to be reinstated, you know. But after that, I just kind of never went. But it was hard.
Well, it's always hard, even when you're disciplined by your parents.
Yeah.
So when you vow to do something in Jehovah's organization, well, you got to fess up to the mess up and just take the discipline, but don't let it keep you out of the race. Get back up. I mean, King David was disciplined. And so it's, you know, you just can't fake it. You can't fake being a witness. You have to try to live the lifestyle, but we're not perfect. I can't even tell you how many times I've been disciplined over the years coming up as a witness. The elders would see me come and say, hey, man, what now?
Right.
But I always know it's the truth. So where else am I going to go, in the words of the Apostle Peter? Where else am I going to go to learn the knowledge that I have and know what's going on? So discipline is good.
It is.
Yeah, if you're humble and you take it like that.
And that's so crazy because that's actually my word for 2026. 2025 was intentional. I was very intentional about everything, my food, my, you know, who I dealt with, my mental health. And I'm still working on some things. But one thing I just literally said is that for 2026 is I have to work on my discipline, you know? Yep. And like you said, and although I am not baptized into the organization, and I'm still offended. Like when my mother be like, well, you worldly. And I'm like, not really, because I'm out here. So I kind of know worldly, you know, but I'm not Jehovah's Witness-y. but I'm definitely
That's another
not
thing that's
worldly.
changed, Connie. We don't even use worldly anymore because
Ma,
it's
stop
offensive.
calling me worldly.
It's offensive.
It
We just talked about that last night. It's very offensive. Remember, I mean, back in the 70s and 80s, used to use that a lot, but we don't use that because it's offensive.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just gonna take a second. We have a caller. Hello, caller.
Hi,
Hi. What's your name, caller?
Samantha.
Oh, that's my mother. How are you, Mom?
Okay, how are
Oh,
you?
turn your radio down a little bit because it's echoing in the background.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah,
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Yay, welcome to the show, Mom. My mother is
Hey,
fresh off of hip
Samantha.
surgery, so I'm so glad you tuned in and have conversation. So, what is it that you would like to share with Grady and Miss Pat Braxton, Mrs.?
You know what? One of the wonderful things that I enjoy about God's creation is music. And one of the things about music, and we have expressed it so well in so many of our dramas and videos, but to see two voices really escalate, go up high, and bring honor to the feeling of joy and movement. It just really brings honor to God, how God wants us to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you see two people like yourselves that are able to do that, doesn't it just bring an extra amount of joy to you that you have the ability to be able to do that? And just think, this is only the beginning of you being able to express yourself to this. So I'm so looking forward to hearing you guys. I'm so proud
Thanks,
of you.
Samantha. Thanks,
And
sis.
Thank you so much.
and guess what? The truth is climbing. Sometimes we see it today, tomorrow, next year, or maybe 30 years from now. But the truth of the wonderful God we serve is always right before us.
Yeah.
It's always extraordinary how he proves to be in places that we never thought he would be. So you just keep doing the things that you're doing, bringing glory to Jehovah. Keep
Thank
singing,
you.
because I love music. And I'm so looking forward to getting out of this bed so I can take my leg to some of that music.
I know
I
you
love
won't
music.
believe
sister.
me,
Thank
but
you.
I refuse
That's
to
right.
let you go. If I
All
have
right.
to beg and plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, because it means that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg. Look, okay, that was if you need a little backup.
No, I love that. I enjoyed it.
We gonna sing that Friday
I
night.
enjoyed it.
Okay,
Okay, I
Friday.
hope
Thanks,
I can hear it
Samantha.
some kind of way, some kind of how. But if not,
I'm
when I
gonna call
get
you
off
on
the
live,
plane, I'm gonna
Ma.
be looking for you.
Right.
Okay.
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 All right. Take
Thanks,
care.
dear.
Thank
Love
you for
And
calling.
hey, keep singing. Keep
Thank
singing.
you.
Thank
And
you.
keep doing the most important thing we do on earth, and you know what that is.
Yes, will do.
Bringing
Thank
the one who deserves to be on high to be on high.
Yes.
Thank you, Ma.
All right, now I'm out, y'all.
All right.
Okay, love you,
Get
sis.
some rest.
Bye.
Yes.
That
Okay.
was your mom. Oh, that's cool.
Yes. And it's so funny because as you guys were talking about how when you were younger and you would sing, that was me and my mother. We would sing and dance. I mean, I would have that broomstick. I remember being short and getting on the chair and singing these songs. And then, getting to that age where I think my mother, sometimes you be happy. And like you say, you have to change the lyrics because we went from singing Betty Wright, no pain, no gain. And then, your mother watching you sing these crazy songs. And now I'm singing Prince and the Mary Jane Girl. And I never forget, I was singing in my house. And my mother said, "What did you just say?" And I'm in there that's when music videos came out. And I'm like, "In my house." Mother's like, don't ever sing that again.
Oh, wow. Yep.
But just that joy of singing music. And when I was about in my 20s, because I did a little bit of damage here, living my lifestyle. But I had an opportunity to be a part of the entertainment industry. I spoke about this on a previous show where I had an opportunity with Arista Records to be an artist. And they flew me out I stayed in New Jersey, went and performed in New York. And I wanted to be Billie Holiday. But I was looking like, they were looking at me like, no, we want you to be like a rapper with, you know, a bodysuit on. And I was like, no, I'm more soulful, you know. I'm coming from the hall. I want to woo.
Right.
They like, no, we giving you choreography, want you to dance hip hop. And I was like, no, that ain't really what I want to do. And having to make that conscious decision to leave. And they were just like, listen, you got to sacrifice everything to be here. Forget the kids, forget this. Like, this is what you have to do. So I know how that moment is where they like, listen, the devil is dangling it in your face. Like, what's more important? And we tend to be, you know, like that phrase, starving artists, you know, in the beginning journeys. And so that's why I was glad to just know, like, you know, when you reach that point, you have to have some level of faith. Yeah. Because that's what we see now. These artists, they go overboard because not only do they know a God, they don't have a fear. And I think that is the thing when you grow up in an organization. Not only do we know about the higher power, but it's the fear, you know, that we are instilled.
People don't fear of displeasing him.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. They don't care anymore. But Jesus said that these days will be like this, you know, no love. So we know these things are going to happen. It's going to get worse. So, you know, as long as we try to do what we're supposed to do, he's looking down. He sees every move we make. We can't hide nothing from him. And then if we get in trouble, you know, fess up and get up and keep walking like in the race, like David did. And so many others, you know, in the Bible days, so many others fell out of the race and then got back up. I mean, come on, look at Peter. He denied Christ 3 times. He didn't know him and saw him doing all those miracles. So Jesus got resurrected. You know, we don't know how that conversation went with Peter, but he's like, you know, come back, strengthen your brothers. It's cool. I understand human weaknesses. So he forgave him.
Mm-hmm. Right. So listen, guys, I know we did a lot of talking about faith, and I love that. But I want everybody to know that these are 2 real entertainers. We do have a show going on here this Friday at the Fremont Country Club starting at 7 p.m. We have Grady Harrell, Pat Braxton. Let our viewers and our listeners know, where can they find your music at to become more acquainted with you? Where can we find your music at, Pat?
You can find it on Apple Music, iTunes, YouTube.
Okay.
All the platforms.
Okay. And how about you, Grady?
Mine, you know, a lot of my albums, I did 3 albums. I think 2 were the RCA records, and they're right there on YouTube. Mm-hmm. So Grady Harrell, the Romance Me album, Grady Harrell, the Come Play With Me album, Grady Harrell, the Moana album, MWANA. I did that with MCA Records. I was with Constellation Records, which was a subsidiary of Solar, and we were distributed by MCA in 1982. So all the full albums are right there on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so as we leave out, what is it that you would like to tell someone that's listening tonight that may be struggling between the aspects of being an artist and who they are? What would you give them?
Everybody's life is so different. A lot of people think that if they don't feel comfortable doing the music and their ministry, then they just stop everything. So you have to really know yourself. Mm-hmm. Me, it's my livelihood. It's all I guess I can choose another livelihood, but I enjoy singing and dancing. Mm-hmm. That's just what I do. Like, we're going to do Temptations tomorrow, Friday night. I just love just living music through movement and my voice that Jehovah blessed me with. So anybody who's young and they love music, I can't tell anybody what to do with their life, because it's hard enough to be Grady Harrell. And so whatever a person decides to do, he's just got to pray and get guidance from the Most High, which I do every day. What I'm going to do about this, Jehovah, I don't know. But I'm not going to worry, because you told me you're going to take care of all my burdens.
How about you, Pat?
And as I mentioned before, not everybody can balance show business with their faith. So I'm not encouraging anyone
me either
to do anything. I just do what I have to do. I had to learn myself from a young age to balance everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but if you love to do it, you can do it for your friends. That's how I started out, singing at weddings, gatherings. And then someone said, "Do you sing in nursing homes?" Then I started taking my little karaoke machine and doing happy hours at the nursing homes, assisted living places. Then someone asked me, we're doing a show at the college, and we're going to do jazz, we're going to do opera, we're going to do all these different things, and I want you to come and sing. This was actually my first paid performance. And she says, I just want you to sing 2 songs, and is $200 okay? I said, sure, I'm all right. That's good. I'll do that in 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Right. You want to give us a little woo, like a little woo.
Right.
Give them a listen. I want to hear a little something, a little sultriness before we exit up out of here.
There ain't nothing I can say or nothing I can do that folks won't criticize me. But I'm going to do as I want to anyway. I don't care what the people say. If I should get the notion to jump right into the ocean, ain't nobody's business if I do.
Hey, sis.
I love it. Okay, Grady, give us one.
You surely must know magic, girl, 'cause you changed my life. It was dull and ordinary. You made it sunny and bright. Now I was blessed the day I found you. Gonna build my whole world around you. You're everything good, girl, and you're all that matters to me. You're my everything. Come down Friday and hear the rest.
Hey,
I didn't even warm up.
Okay. Woo!
All you had to do is do your hand like
All right.
That was funny, Connie.
Listen, if you want to hear all of us, okay?
Yes, indeed.
Listen, make sure you follow, copy, subscribe. We have Grady Harrell. We have Pat Braxton. And you know who I am, Miss Connie LV. We are looking for you this Friday, 7 p.m. Meet us there or beat us there. And listen, it is wheelchair accessible. No casino walking. The parking is on the side of the building and you walk in and sit down. And the tickets are under $100.
Fremont Country Club.
Okay.
Did you say that?
And it's safe. Yes. Shout out to Ava down at Fremont Country Club.
Shout out
Also,
to Ava.
Richard Phipps. This show was funded by Mattapan CDC, Community Development Center.
Yes.
Listen, we love us and we love you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your girl, Miss Connie LV. Make sure you copy, follow, paste, and subscribe. And guess what? I'll be back right here next week talking about discipline. I'm working on myself.
Me too.
But I'm already perfect. It's your girl, Miss Connie, coming to you every Wednesday at 5 p.m., discussing the levels of intimacy. What's your naked truth? Stay tuned in to stay turned on. See you at 5.